This is the Fifth Estate Winning Headlines, your media police post. In this segment, we summarize some of the headlines that you might have missed this morning. But we also take a look at the political pieces that we call cartoons in this country. Today is the 28th of February 2019, and I am 2J.
I am Tuem.
And I am Miss K, your host. Again, in case you missed it, this is Winning Headlines. Let's take a look at today's headlines. Daily Nation. It wasn't me. Damn blame game begins. The Star. 2 CSs face arrest. Uhuru plans reshuffle. And The Standard. Detectives grill MD at center of kickbacks claims.
All right.
What do you guys think of today's headlines?
I'm bored.
I think let's just join all of them. They're saying the same thing.
I'm so tired of this story.
I feel like they are repetitive.
Yeah.
I'm very tired of this story, and I'll bring back our audience to our 3-part criteria that we use to break down the headlines for you. We ask ourselves 3 questions. We ask ourselves, are the headlines topical or are they speculative? Are they repetitive or are they groundbreaking? And finally, are they thoughtful or are they intellectually lazy? And these are repetitive. I'm tired.
Very repetitive.
I'm tired.
I am sure now, more than ever, there is a scheme to depict someone as corrupt.
You know, yesterday, really, we tried to get your point with 2J.
And now you get it, huh?
No, I didn't get it until I looked at the Standard. And when they say that they were grilling the MD at KVDA for because they are at the center of the scheme, the ministry said that they don't manage the dams. All they do is do policy. And once it's executed, it's taken on by the water bodies. So they are at the center of the kickbacks claim. But question 1.
Yes.
On the front page of the Standard is who is the powerful personality claimed to have pushed for the dams project? This is a leading question.
You know what? Today, Deputy President William Ruto at the State of the Judiciary function at the Supreme Court, he said something so profound. Maybe
What
to
did he
me,
say?
I don't know to you guys.
You tell us what you found
He
profound
said,
about it.
the moment you say there's a 9 billion shilling scandal, right? And out of that, you charge people with stealing 450 million shillings. You know what the public will ask?
They start doing math.
Where is the 8.5 billion shillings?
Yes.
Who has it?
Yeah.
Who ate it?
Yeah, and here's the thing. You are having a sustained campaign against the state.
Yes.
And I'm going to say something else. You see, something in these 3 newspapers is common, and that is DCI. Each and every newspaper here is quoting DCI. All right?
Okay, yeah,
my
that's
view,
true.
My view, and by the way, I like DCI Kinoti with his Meru accent. I think he has created such a fear factor, which is fantastic for investigative
Deterrence.
agencies. However, I do not think that DCI headlines or DCI letterheads should be appearing on newspapers.
Well,
I agree. We've been saying that for the past 2
for a long
weeks.
time.
Yeah,
Because you
because-
see, the point is, DCI is conducting an investigation. No one has actually been charged, and what they're doing is building the case.
Yeah.
But you cannot build your case and argue it out in the court of public opinion.
Yes, most
Absolutely.
definitely.
You
And you
cannot
see-
then charge these people in the court of public opinion
Yes.
and then have judgment passed on them. So by the time they're stepping in front of an actual court of law, the public has already made a determination that they are guilty.
But the problem is the determination that the public is making is unfounded and confused in itself. If
I
we
agree
were to
also.
string along the headlines that we've had over the past 2 weeks, we see 21 billion, 9 billion, 120 million. The numbers are floating all over the place.
And they're getting bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
And badder
Myself,
and badder.
as an informed citizen, I'm confused. These numbers don't add up.
Look, if you're going to make or summon cabinet secretaries to write statements, right? What you're doing, you're not exposing the cabinet secretary. You're exposing the president.
And I agree.
That's very true.
But also I don't know whether this is a spanner in the works or a question to ask. The Star says that Uhuru is planning a reshuffle. Now, if you tell me 4 of his cabinet secretaries are being charged out of a cabinet of what, 20?
21?
21.
That's
20%.
roughly 1 out of every 5 CSs
Absolutely.
is being charged with
Corruption.
Is that enough to make the whole CS pot rotten?
Does a little inch of poison make it less poisonous?
So should it be a complete
I don't know. I'm
reshuffle?
just asking. I'm just asking. The determination is Uhuru's to make, but I'm just asking. If I were to give you a glass pure water, June, and then take just a drop of poison
I'm
and dip it in there.
I can't get to that analogy. I
You
can't.
see, I agree with you. And
No,
you
but
see,
think about it.
Our point
I'm
here,
just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there.
Our reason here is to lift the veil of ignorance from the people.
That is the point of the fourth
Okay,
estate.
you know, the only reason I can't agree with that is because there's a systemic issue that is growing in and amongst the CSs. So to reshuffle and to remove them, you're just going to throw more people into the pot who will continue to brew that same issue.
You're changing the
And I
monkeys
think- and I think-
remaining with the
Exactly,
frogs.
and I think it
remains
goes
the
back
same,
to
you know?
part of the headlines where CSs are saying, it wasn't me, it was
the
a guy before me.
Oh, yeah,
and the
that's
guy before
true.
him is saying, it wasn't me, it was a guy before me.
Let me tell you.
Okay, the one thing I think we can agree on is
Yeah.
that we think, and this is my opinion as well, that the fourth
Right.
estate should hold on until you have verified your facts.
Yes.
Do not whip up public emotion. Give me clear facts. Give me a solid case with verifiable sources.
Let me tell you, this is not even for the media. The media is actually they want sensational headlines. I think there should be one source of information. My view, the Ministry of
Haven't you
Interior
just
should
said there
handle
is a
this.
single source?
No.
DCI.
Yeah. But I'm saying now for the state, all right? And it's for the sole purpose that state documents are messing up the executive.
Okay, well,
And this thing will boomerang.
And so
on
do you not
boss.
think that we should be holding the media accountable for what they're doing?
Yes, we actually should.
Every day it's a different story.
We should,
and
but-
we're not looking back and verifying their past claims to see if there's some accuracy
This is
there.
the proverbial story of the scorpion and the frog. Scorpion stings the frog. Frog asks, "Why did you sting me?"
it is in my nature.
The scorpion says, "It was just in my nature."
Then let's make a determination on these three headlines. Are they topical? Are they repetitive, as I think they are? Are they groundbreaking? No, I don't think so. There's nothing new that's been added to
Yeah.
these stories.
Can we have a headline
Are
that
they
is both
thoughtful?
topical
No.
and repetitive?
Yes, I guess you can.
I mean, it's a clash, but I think that's what we have today.
So what do we say?
I want to toss them all.
I think just
do.
through them.
Okay, we toss them,
This is
but we
toxic-
do make a determination that
toxic
they are
rhetoric.
both topical and,
And repetitive.
repetitive.
Yes. All right, so there we go.
On
can-
to our next segment.
So pick them
The
up again.
political opinions that we call cartoons in this country. And again, just like the headlines, we have a three-part criteria that we use to break down the cartoons for you. We ask ourselves, are they humorous or are they dry? Are they satirical or are they pessimistic? And finally, are they effective or just plain lazy? I see you started with the
Kevin
standard.
hasn't decided for us.
I'm going to understand it.
Well, that makes sense because I think it speaks to what you said to Jay,
Yes,
to
it's a
the
it's a continuation.
verification of the numbers.
Yes.
And here we have a caricature of
CS Rotich.
Treasury in his papers,
Yeah.
a microphone in front of him,
Yeah,
and a lynch mob behind him.
And then he fumbles, says, you see, let me get back to you with correct figures. You see, even he is not sure whether to say it. And he knows, should he say it, right, there's a lynch mob just waiting
But
behind.
still,
Look at his eyes, he's under duress.
my question still
and they like
remains.
this cartoon, by the way.
My question still remains: is he the one to hold that burden
Of verifying the numbers.
verifying these numbers? I think it's unfair for us to put all that pressure on him.
You see, at the end of the day,
He's the paymaster.
he's CS Treasury.
The money comes from him.
So is he to be forced to verify these numbers because the DCI is out, airing the country's dirty laundry?
I actually was asking myself that question. Where does the buck stop? Who holds the authority, or whose mandate is it to verify contracts? Whose mandate is it to verify that the contractors can perform the job? Is it the CS who gives the money, or is it the CS who asks for the job?
The CS primarily does an administrative job.
Which CS?
Should the CS Treasury.
Okay.
Before any international contract is signed, there has to be an advisory by the Attorney General.
So Attorney General does due diligence. Who
has
does
to.
the due
He has to.
diligence?
But that is not the point. Even if something has gone wrong, all right, the state should not be exposed in the media the way it is.
And I think this kind of continues some of the conversations we've been having about this bloated executive that we have.
Yeah.
When you're having so many layers that as a public we're saying, okay, so who verifies these contracts? Is it the person who asks for the money? Is it the person who gives the money? Is it the AG? my opinion, why is the AG even involved in that? There are just far too many layers for the public to even keep up with. I'm not surprised that money is going back, missing.
Sometimes it's important. And I am not even questioning government procedure. They can do as they wish. My problem
they can do as they wish.
It should be simple.
No, and I agree with you. My problem is these things, we shouldn't be reading all these government, all these, what do you call them, scandals.
Exactly,
like
but that's what my point is. Because we have such a bloated executive, there are far too many people who know too much information. So you as the CS, yes, you will keep your mouth shut. But me as the DCI, because I want a front headline, I have no incentive to keep quiet. I need the public to know that I'm doing some stuff.
Let me bring you back. You haven't made a determination. What do you say on Gado's cartoon today?
I like it. I think it's humorous.
Okay, yes, it is humorous. Is it effective?
Yes, it is effective.
But what new thing is it telling me, really, this thing?
Nothing in particular. I still do think it's unfair for us to place the entirety of the blame on CS Rotich.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a different
But
matter.
what he is showing that is what the public is doing.
It's the truth of the matter.
The truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is that the blame has been placed squarely in his hands. It's on him to verify not just the numbers that have been paid out, actual money paid out, but to verify again the contracts.
Right.
Okay, next.
So we put it in the parking bay.
Parking bay, definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
The star.
The star is a caricature of a lady on a ladder with a big key trying to open a big door.
But there's something,
the key does not match the keyhole.
Yes.
No, the door is a bit far. It says so close and yet so far.
Not only that.
Yeah.
The key is
square
and the keyhole is circular.
Square pegs in round holes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
She's never getting through that door.
Yeah, but the context of this is yesterday they tried
for the fourth
to
time.
pass for the fourth time,
Yes.
and it failed. The motion on the gender bill.
Gender bill.
Yeah. Is it telling you anything new?
It's telling me something sad. As part of the female gender, I feel very saddened by this cartoon.
I don't.
Please
I feel
do not.
everybody should contest on an equal footing, but that's just me.
It says either gender.
But now,
it doesn't say male or female. That means that if at any point male gender did not get 2/3, they get to buffer up their numbers.
So you like
and
the cartoon?
You cannot.
You like the cartoon or not?
2M.
No, I'm saddened by the cartoon.
Let me suggest, just agree with us.
I'm not agreeing with you guys.
You're just perpetuating the chauvinistic and patriarchal nature of Kenyan society.
I think the fact still remains. We need to address, based on our criteria, do we think that this is an effective... Sorry, if you could remind us what the criteria are.
The criteria is the cartoon humorous or is it dry? Is it satirical or is it pessimistic? Is it effective or is it plain lazy?
I think this is most definitely effective. Okay, my bias as a female could be getting in the way.
I don't think there's a bias as a female. We have to agree that there was a reason why it was passed.
Let me tell you.
And here's the thing. If you remember yesterday, those female MPs who went out protesting said, no 2/3 bill, no referendum, and guess what? There may also be no parliament.
That's how it was going. This guy
took you a long time to get there.
This guy should have put something here and just tell people there is a possibility that parliament will be dissolved. There are 47 out of 48 pieces of legislation that were remaining. And this gender bill was the other one. Let me tell you, we probably have a de facto president. We don't know who that person is. But I think it's Maraga. Maraga, with one stroke of the pen,
can dissolve
parliament.
And I'm telling you that this failure 4 times over to pass this bill could bring into play the provisions of the Constitution of what happens should Parliament fail to pass the bills that were required.
So let me get you correct. You're saying that the cartoon is effective, however you wish it had addressed some of the
deeper issues.
Yeah, the deeper issues, the consequences of us not passing this gender bill.
Yeah, because this is meant to make me feel pity.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
It's meant to make me feel sad because look, so close yet so far, and this square peg will never get through this
getting
round
through that
hole.
door.
It's all right.
Now the problem is chauvinistic, patriarchal Kenya is not realizing the effect of this on their governance.
You know, unfortunately, 2M is sat with us right now, but behind that camera, there are many more men who are having the same sentiments
Charlie's
as him.
Angels.
Absolutely not.
All right.
On to our final paper
I'm putting this in the parking bay as well.
Put it in the parking bay as well. But that one, I feel,
Right,
I feel
final
sad.
cartoon.
No, where is it?
I think it's here. Nigeria.
Yes,
So,
as some of you might know, Buhari was re-elected as president of Nigeria.
Yes.
And so this cartoon speaks to, in my
With
opinion,
a very large margin, by the way. Atiku
yes,
couldn't
that's true.
surmount that
Yeah.
margin.
I think he had 4 million votes before even a majority of the other votes had come in from other states.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the picture is trying to depict that the ballot box is locked. He has
Yeah,
a
with the
padlock, and he's standing on it like a winner, you know. And beneath the ballot box is unemployment, Boko Haram, poor governance.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this
The thing for me is when a cartoon has to write out the information for you in order for you to understand it, I think it's lazy. You may as well have just, had a square and put a paragraph of information instead of drawing a cartoon.
So
You
this
kill
is
it.
our losing cartoon. I
Oh,
think
most
we can.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I feel like it's very literal.
Let me
Right.
help you.
I'm fine, thanks.
The Star versus the Standard. Bring back Our Lady.
Yes,
It's Gado versus.
the Star.
What is our winning cartoon, guys?
None
Or are
of
we
them.
going to say that none of them is our winning cartoon today?
0.
Unfortunately, I think that's where we're headed.
For the first time ever, I
Yeah.
think I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
I find
agree
this.
with us
I
yesterday?
find this a bit pessimistic.
Yeah.
I
So you
find
agree,
this.
yeah?
I shall not address you today. I shall not. And this is effective and factual, maybe a bit literal. So,
Yes.
unfortunately, today we do not have a winning cartoon. But see you tomorrow. This is Winning Headlines.